If you can learn the importance of having patience, you can materialize anything that you want to achieve and that you want to do in your life. But see, you have to learn how to have patience. And see, patience and delayed gratification, that's like brother and sister. They're running hand in hand right there. They're together. And then confidence is going to be the cousin. You have to have patience in life. I know we've been conditioned to, have things right now. When you want to achieve a goal, whether or not it's weight loss, a relationship goal, a health goal, a financial goal, a business goal, whatever kind of goal that you want to achieve in your life, you have to have patience if you want to make sure it lasts a long time. Just like I mentioned earlier, you got to be thinking down the line, long term, the future. See, when you start thinking things like that, that patience factor will start building up in your head, then you'll start thinking, man, this is like a really big goal, or this is like a really big dream of mine. So I don't mind being patient. I don't mind waiting for it. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Mindset Master Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Reed, and I'm also the proprietor of the podcast. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about delayed gratification. Now, if you want to learn more about this topic, stay tuned to the end of this episode. In the world that we live in today, we're so used to things like instant want. That's what we're used to. And it's nothing wrong with that. But some things in life, you need to have delayed gratification. So let me give you a quick example of what happened to me when I was younger. My granddad had gave me a property. I was like 16 or 17 when he had given it to me. I was very appreciative of it, but I wasn't quite ready for it yet. When he gave it to me, he was expecting me to sit on it and kind of like keep it and like let it keep growing. But what I did, by me being a kid and not being ready for it, because I wanted the instant gratification, I wound up letting somebody lowball me, and I wound up letting it go for like a super cheap price, like way less than it was worth, because the money had excited me. Again, I'm a teenager. I'm like, man, like I'm getting this amount of money like in one lump sum. Balling. I balled for a little bit, but I wind up blowing all that money. Then I had to start all over again. And then I started trying to blame other people. I started trying to blame the people down there at the deeds office with the quick claim. I started trying to blame everybody but myself. And that's because I didn't respect the delayed gratification portion of life. Because sometimes if you're young, sometimes you can be ready for something like that, but then sometimes you can't. And see, I don't know why I had let that lump sum of money excite me, because I had grew up with money my whole entire life. So that should not have excited me. I was trying to show out for people, trying to go out and get these rims and stuff that other people was having. This is in the time where like you had like big rims on your car, you were somebody. I didn't really respect and understand the delayed gratification. But now, if I was in that same predicament as almost a 40-year-old man, what I would do differently, I would respect the delayed gratification, and I would make delayed gratification my friend. I would be thinking of what I would do with that property. I would be like, man, you know what? If I acquired this property one day, I would make it this kind of business. I would do this. I would rent it out. I would, B&B it. I would do, different things like that to have that passive income coming in. Delayed gratification, it can be your friend if you have the correct mindset and if you spin it the correct way. There's nothing wrong with waiting for something in life. Now, I know we don't want to wait for our food in line at the restaurant, get our packages tomorrow. Stuff like that, that's all right, because, you need to eat now, and then like you want your goods. It could be medicine or something like that. You want that now. But big things in life, delayed gratification is going to be your best friend. If you want it right now, but your mindset isn't set up the right way to accept a massive gift like that, you're going to be just like me, Tony Reed. You're going to blow it. You're going to be blaming other people on why you didn't achieve the certain things that you knew you could have achieved in life with this amount of money. I look back at myself and at my life, and I like slap myself on the wrist for me blowing that amount of money, because that was a massive amount, and I could have took that money and I could have done amazing things with it. The rim shop got it, stereo shop got it, the jewelry stores got it. It meant a lot to me then, but now it doesn't really mean as much because I could have still had that property that my granddad gave me, and I could have been having that passive income coming in, and then that passive income that could have bought them diamond rings and them white gold chains and stuff. That could have bought that versus me taking that money from that sale of that property and buying that stuff and blowing all of it. Even though I thought I was ready, I wasn't ready. I still had a mindset of a child. Just because you're 18, 19, that doesn't mean that you're grown. When your mind elevated to the next level, to me, that's when you're grown. You can be 12 years old and be grown to me because it's how you think. It's your thought process. Your age doesn't make you grown. That's just a staple. Thought process is what makes you grown. And please drop down in the comments below what you've done in your life as far as on delayed gratification. If you want to keep the conversation going, reach out to me via email, and that's going to be info@tonyreed.co. Anything you want to talk about with delayed gratification, let's keep that conversation going. Let me give you another example of delayed gratification being your friend. A few years back, me and my wife had wound up starting a business. We thought we was ready for it. We wanted it now, and we had the money to get everything now. And we bought like a whole bunch of like products and stuff like that. We spent like thousands and thousands of dollars, and we thought just because we had the money to buy the products, we thought that that was enough. We couldn't sell any other products because nobody really trusted us. We didn't build up a social media following. We didn't really do any of the things that's really needed to actually have a successful business. We didn't do any of that. All we done was just basically deal out money to these different companies and stuff like that who we thought had our back. We wound up shutting that business down because we couldn't get any other products sold. All of that money went down the drain because we wanted it now. We didn't do no research on products. We didn't do none of that. We just guessed and we just threw something together and then wonder why, people didn't listen and wonder why we didn't build that social media following because we didn't master delayed gratification. Once you start developing patience in life, you can achieve and you can do anything you want to do because patience is a virtue in life, and a lot of people don't have patience. But if you can learn the importance of having patience, you can materialize anything that you want to achieve and that you want to do in your life. But see, you have to learn how to have patience. And see, patience and delayed gratification, that's like brother and sister. They're running hand in hand right there. They're together. And then confidence is going to be the cousin. You have to have patience in life. I know we've been conditioned to, have things right now. When you want to achieve a goal, whether or not it's weight loss, a relationship goal, a health goal, a financial goal, a business goal, whatever kind of goal that you want to achieve in your life, you have to have patience if you want to make sure it lasts a long time. Just like I mentioned earlier, you got to be thinking down the line, long term, the future. See, when you start thinking things like that, that patience factor will start building up in your head. Then you'll start thinking, man, this is like a really big goal, or this is like a really big dream of mine. So I don't mind being patient. I don't mind waiting for it. When you have something that you're actually working for, that you actually are walking toward, and see, once you have that driving, motivating factor, there's nothing that can stop you. And that about wraps it up for today's episode. Until next time, I'll catch you later.